Have you heard of a game called Shenmue? Have you heard of a game called Shenmue 2? Have you heard of a game called Shenmue 3? Well, you should, because it's announced. Oh my god. Okay, so Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2, especially Shenmue 2, is my favorite piece of fiction of all time. Not just game, like just anything. I love Shenmue. It's been a very special thing to me, well, since like 2000. I started with the second game, actually, and then, because I love that so much, I got the first game, and I played through that as well. I still play through them, I played through Shenmue 1 very recently, and I can still enjoy them today. Even though they have aged poorly, and they have, I can look past the flaws to just really love them. And then Sony's conference has this moment where they're like, this next project isn't really our project, but we're a part of it, and we really want to be here when they announce it. And then you start playing the Shenmue music, and my reaction is just to basically fall on the floor dead. Oh my god, they announced Shenmue 3! Okay, so this is my bingo card for E3 this year. You can see, I hope you can see, right there, there's Shenmue. Yeah, that was Shenmue for PS4. Sorry about my nails, I haven't cut them this weekend. I put that on there as a joke, because basically, when the Shenmue 3 rumor started, or the Shenmue rumor started, to be exact, I decided, well, I don't believe it will happen, but I can't call myself a Shenmue fan and not put it on my list. Like, that's a part of what we all do, Shenmue fans. We stupidly believe Shenmue 3 will happen all the time. So I put it on there as a joke. I even put like parentheses, heh, beneath it. And then it just fucking happened. A Shenmue 3 Kickstarter. With, apparently they've been working on a prototype for 3 years, and fuck yeah, I contributed. And there's been a lot of controversy regarding this Kickstarter, because, like a lot of people point out, Sega still owns the first 2 games. Why are we crowdfunding a game that a AAA publisher still holds a right to? And Sony has admitted to putting in money into the game. Why couldn't they just put in the $2 million that were missing? They absolutely could. And the thing is, that is true, but this is also why Shenmue 3 was never going to happen. Shenmue fans, basically the moment Double Fine Adventure happened on Kickstarter, have been bugging and asking Yu Suzuki to somehow get a Kickstarter going for Shenmue 3, because what always happened with Shenmue was they were too expensive. The original games were too expensive for its time, because they did so many things that we now do with every game, but we never did with games back then. Like every character had a voice actor, every line was voiced. The 3D models were detailed to the point of like a jacket being its own model. Just this whole like free roaming world with like people having scheduled ways to go and do this at this point. Like, you know how in Majora's Mask people go to certain places and do certain things at certain times? Lightning Returns does that as well. I think the Elder Scrolls games do too. Yeah, they do. Shenmue did that first. Like, all these things that we now take for granted, Shenmue did that when it was still sort of impossible to do. And that made them cost so much that Sega could not get any money back. So to a company, Shenmue basically was the game we can't make money on. So like, no company would ever put the money towards that. I mean, we fans were sitting here going like, well, the things that don't cost that much anymore. But like, a publisher won't listen to that, because a publisher will look at the figures and the numbers, and that makes sense because they're companies, they're machines, basically. And it was not going to happen. But a Kickstarter was one thing, and that's the thing here. People go like, well, publishers are still funding it. And yeah, publishers. It says on the Kickstarter that multiple other companies and sources are helping fund the project, and have been for 3 years. Basically, they've just going around taking whatever money they can get from various different companies without becoming like an affiliated partner. Like, this isn't a Sony project. It's not a PlayStation exclusive. Right now, the only console it's coming to is the PS4, but it says in the FAQ that they haven't finalized all the platforms, and Xbox One and Wii U isn't, like, it can still happen. I think it's more that when Sony decided to help out with funding, you know, then they probably said, but then we need it on the PS4, which makes sense, because, you know, otherwise they wouldn't be getting anything out of it. And, so yeah, it's been a bit of a scandal, but what people seem to miss with all this is that all the scummy things were laid out in front of us, black on white, just presented immediately towards us. And people have pointed out, well, yeah, but Yu Suzuki won't say how big the budget will be in total, and yeah, of course he won't. He's under contract to not say so. It says on the Kickstarter. Now, I know, it's saying something. Now, them telling us about something doesn't mean it's automatically okay, but it means that they're not trying to scam us. And people are using the word scam a lot. And I don't think they really know what scamming means, because we are not being scammed with the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter. You might not like what they're doing, and I can completely understand that, but then you don't have to contribute. Because, like, this was the only way, I think this honestly was the only way it was ever going to happen. I had given up on Shenmue 3. Like, my favorite thing of all time was never going to get a new chapter, and I wasn't okay with it, but I had to accept it. And now I had a chance to be a part of it, get my name in the credits, and, like, also pitch in a little to help it out. And you know what? Fuck it, yeah, I will do that. My money might not have been specifically have been needed for it to happen, but I still want it there. We have been asking for a Kickstarter, we got one. Like, this is what we wanted. They specifically gave us what we wanted, and the people who didn't ask for it are telling us that we are being swindled, and it's not really that easy. But, like, I get the issue, and I get what some people won't like it. And this isn't really so much about the announcement so much as the Kickstarter thing, but I just want to say that Shenmue 3 is happening. We have saved Shenmue. And I want to, whoever all the other funders are, we only know Sony, but there's so many others. Whoever all of those are, you're all wonderful. I think, fucking amazing. Like, it's, I didn't think this day would ever come. And it means a lot. It really does. I legitimately cried during the announcement. I did a video, like, just on the fly when it happened, and I don't know if I was crying on that or not. I can't remember what I said because it was in the middle of the night. Yeah. Shenmue 3 is happening. How about that? Now we just need to get Sega to fix the problematic licenses and get Shenmue 1 and 2 out in HD on the PS4, PC, and Xbox One and the Wii U. And fuck it, iOS, Android. Ooh yeah, I don't know. Every platform. I want everyone to be able to play Shenmue. I know most people won't like it if they haven't played it before because it has aged terribly. But I don't care. Get the word out. Shenmue lives. Would you like to play a game of Lucky Hit?
Come on, let's hurry.